welcome back to the Bourbon Barkeep. I'm Curtis.
Noah, great to be here again.
Yeah,
as always.
You're ultra excited for tonight.
I am.
You're a pretty big Booker's guy.
I am. Yeah, it was like probably the first like real nice bottle I ever found shortly after turning 21. So really enjoyed it, obviously. But yeah, I kind of hang my hat on like it's the first like kind of big time bottle I was ever able to snag. So
yeah, you made it at that point.
Early on the bourbon journey, yeah.
So we got Booker's tonight. We have the Mighty Fine Batch.
The 2023-03.
This is the 03, so this one came out in the fall. I believe the next one's coming out maybe December. Can't remember if it's November or December, but they do it for a year. So they started with Charlie's this year, then The Apprentice, which I found mixed reviews on The Apprentice. Mighty Fine, not a lot out there yet. So
right, we're kind of early
dipping
to
our
the game
toes
here.
in. Yeah.
Early to the game here.
It is nice. It's a beautiful bottle. I do like Mr. Jim Beam on the back here.
Yeah. For those that
I didn't know that there was a rocking chair on the back, but he is where I want to be.
pretty cool. Yeah, for those that haven't seen, pretty badass.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
I like it. So getting into some of this history, so essentially Freddie No is now the master distiller over there.
Okay.
He is the great-grandson, I think that's enough greats, of Jim Beam.
Okay.
So as we all know, Jim Beam kind of has that profile to themselves to where you taste it and you're like, oh wow, that's nutty. Probably a Jim Beam product. Booker's right underneath that same kind of umbrella. So this one, essentially, this goes back to an '04 when Freddie, I guess, first did his distilling, if you will. It actually says on the card that people thought it was the best yet. I was like, did Freddie write this? Because I feel like this is a little conceited at this point.
Sure.
But apparently, Mr. No, Daddy No, came to him and was like, that's a mighty fine batch.
Sure, yeah, that's N-O-E on the no.
Yes. Yeah, it's not a nose. It's not with a K. It's a Freddie No and
Yeah.
Daddy No.
The naming convention, if you will, is kind of a funny story. So this card that they put in every box here says, the third release of the Booker's Bourbon 2023 collection is Booker's Batch 2023-03 Mighty Fine Batch. This batch is named in honor of the signature phrase my dad, Booker, used to compliment anything he approved of, from his namesake bourbon to his country ham.
There you go.
So,
and
yeah,
there's a
kinda
country
cool.
ham bottle, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the line kind of going. To give some of the specs of this bottle before we dive in, you got 77% corn, 13% rye, 10% barley. This guy's coming in at 126.6 proof. And then I believe the MSRP is 90, unless you're a Costco guy.
Let's go. Yeah,
Maybe
you can
it's like
find
80. Right?
$77.99 here in Kansas City. Yeah, so if you have a Costco membership, for whatever reason, they sometimes get their hands on some pretty good stuff.
So before we jump in, this is also a surprise to Noah here. I'm actually going to do a new segment. You're going to like this.
Surprise.
You're going to like this.
Yeah.
Hang on. You can jump cut me. I don't care.
Okay.
All right. It's a segment called Would You Reach For It? So
Wow.
now what we're going to do, I guess I should sit down before I do this so I'm not showing my ass to everybody.
Little book.
Got a little book. Was able to scoop that guy up. What I would like to see is for double the price, would you reach with a working title? That's what I'm calling it so far, though.
Would you reach?
Would you reach for the little book price-wise?
Okay.
Does it
So
justify the price?
this is sitting like around 180.
That's 150 is MSRP,
Okay.
so up $25 from last year.
This little book. Okay. So
Little
not
book.
quite double, but more or less close to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Cheers, man. Would you reach?
you like that? Would you reach?
Let's go.
All right, so little book here, this is chapter 7. This is going to be in retrospective. I love the story behind it. So
Okay.
essentially, they've obviously put out chapters 1 through 6. This is number 7. In retrospect is actually a culmination of the first 6 chapters.
Okay.
So what's in here is going to be 4 bourbons, a 4-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 17-year-old, and an 18-year-old.
Wow. Okay.
They don't give percentages, so it could be an ounce of 18 years, but details.
No, they put it in for sure.
Then 2 ryes, a 4-year and 11-year, and then they put in a 5-year malt whiskey finished in applewood smoked barrels.
I thought you were going to say bacon there for a second. I
Close.
was going to say, wow.
It may taste like
they really
bacon.
go outside the box here.
So this is going to be an absolute kitchen sink of mixing, and this is going to be a lower proof. So I'll be
What's the
curious.
proof on the book? Little book?
This
Does it give you-
is 118.
Okay, so a little tamer for sure.
Yeah.
A good portion tamer for sure.
Yeah. So, and for all those keeping track, I did name 6 things. The new ad is actually a 4-year rye, 80% rye, 20% malted rye.
So each chapter they add one more piece to the puzzle. That's pretty awesome.
All right. So, surprised?
I am. Yeah.
Would you reach?
Would you reach?
All right. So, 2 more glasses,
Okay.
and then we'll coordinate how we're
Gonna do
doing
it.
it.
Yeah. All right. Be right back. Yeah.
So what you have here, since it's really tough to see the glasses, is what we'll have to really try and do is try and keep Booker's in your left.
Mm-hmm.
So Booker's on your right will be the left glass. Little Book will be in the right hand, your left.
Mm-hmm.
Mighty Fine Batch, 03. Thanks for coming back.
To Mr. No.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going
Definitely
to go,
different.
I would go a lot of cherry, a lot of vanilla. I mean, a lot of cherry on the
Yeah.
nose. Then there's like a,
There's an earthiness to it for sure.
there's a nice orange. At least I'm getting it in the maybe the dominant nostril. I'm getting like a nice,
Definitely fruitier, excuse me,
yeah.
than I remember.
I do start to get in there. Gets a little more floral.
Mhm.
I don't know. Probably go like the rye spice is definitely
There's
coming through, but I
baking
don't get a
spices
ton
for
of
sure.
cinnamon.
Mm-hmm. You start to get your kind of traditional brown sugar.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
needs. I mean, that's needless to say for sure.
I wouldn't say there's a lot different popping up, but it's a fantastic nose.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good.
Let's do it.
Oh, that tingles the tongue.
Wow.
Oh, I have
Whoa.
like pop rocks.
Oh, that finish is gonna put me to sleep.
All right, I'm gonna go. I mean, it's peanut shavings.
I feel it down in like my bladder almost. Maybe I just need to pee, but
All right, so
Wow.
tasty note wise, it is. I open the peanut. It has the red skin on it. I pop it in. It is like dry.
it reminds you of a ballpark.
All right, so I'm still getting the brown sugar comes maybe more of like maybe a not like a burnt toffee, but maybe a cooked toffee.
Mm-hmm. Man, that finish
There's-
is everything.
All right, so finish phenomenal. I get a lot more. The cherry kind of comes back, maybe like a cherry pie almost, because you definitely get more of the baking spice, allspice.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna dive in a little bit.
Now, little book. Wish we had some saltines or something.
Well, I'm gonna cheers them again. Yeah, cheers you. Well, boom. To you all again.
So this one's a little tamer on the heat.
Yeah, this one. I do really like that nose though.
There's not near as much cherry.
I get a lot of citrus though.
I still get the orange, like your orange peel, almost like a
Yeah.
lemon peel.
I was gonna go lemon peel.
No, I
Good
did
for
though.
you.
I did
Damn
though.
it.
So. Wow. Yeah. Not
This
near
has-
as much cherry. It's a little more sour.
See, I definitely get the sour. I almost get more of like a medicinal cherry, like a Luden's cough drop, rather than like a fresh one, like a fresh cherry.
Okay.
This one has a little more funk to it.
Mhm.
Definitely, maybe more of a wet wood or wet oak.
Maybe there's more of that 11 and 18 year than we had originally thought. You know, could be.
Hopefully. Oh wow, that is vastly different. It is so mellow, but it is so flavorful. Like it's hanging on the tongue.
Man. I mean, hats off to the No family.
I will say, I mean, I feel like until you really say it out loud, sitting there to take 7 rye whiskeys,
Mm-hmm.
just sum it all up instead of going through the whole list.
It's evil scientist type of shit.
That's really hard
It's like
to
I
do.
picture a guy just like kind of like over a vat with a large spoon,
Yeah.
just stirring for
Just
like,
like
4 days.
Like a witch.
This
This is really good. I am actually, I didn't know going in, like this just seems like a lot going on to where you're
Sure.
like, whoa.
right.
And I don't think, I haven't seen a little book. I mean, we haven't been doing this that long, but I haven't
I've
been
never seen a little
hunting.
book.
Ooh, you know what just hit? Not to derail this. That Applewood, just right there.
The smoked bacon.
Like, I don't know if it started opening up a little bit more.
But yeah, so would you reach? This is your little brain baby.
I think I would. I mean, obviously, I don't know everybody's budget, so that obviously I'll try and explain why I would reach. The Booker's Mighty Fine Batch is really good. Does it really separate itself from a lot of things out there? I don't think so. It's not that it's not good, it's not worth buying. A lot of the people that collect Bookers are going to buy it even if it's shit. So they just want it. It's a really good bottle. This is so unique, so smooth. It doesn't drink like 118, but it has so much there.
Yeah. The finish is definitely lesser than our Mighty Fine, but like it's not necessarily lesser than in terms of quality. It's just lesser than in terms of like volume almost. Like it's like an acoustic concert compared to that Booker's.
It's really difficult to explain.
Sure.
Like this is really delicate, but a lot of flavor. It doesn't give you the burn, but that could be really appealing to someone as well.
Sure. I mean, there are people that probably don't like Booker's near as much as we do because it's a handful.
This is really impressively done, and even with the high price and bourbons going up anyways, I would say reach.
You would reach? Okay. My answer to the question, I'm probably reaching too. It's so different than anything I've had. I've had bourbons like this.
Right.
And it's delightful.
That's what separates it, and it's not that big of a price. I say that
$60 is $60, but yeah, it's not like it's 90 versus 250.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like you're buying a Knob 18.
well,
Where
if we sat there and did the Russell's 13 versus the Russell's 10,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very vast difference to
Yeah.
where maybe we do.
Right.
But ultimately, that is so unique. That's not anything that I have on my shelf.
Yeah. I'm probably reaching too. And I love the segment. That's awesome. I love the segment.
That was fun. I feel like we both are cheaper when it comes to what we want to recommend. And even if
Yeah, I'm not out here pushing $200 bottles because
Yeah.
they're like pretty good, you know? Like you need to blow me away for me to recommend something like that.
it's not that I've tried Mighty Fine, it is really good, which it seems like we don't enjoy it now. That little book is something really special.
Pretty
actually.
special, yeah.
I've never tried anything like that, and it's soft and delicate, but there's so much there. It's really impressive.
Sure. Okay. Well, yeah. So we're gonna do our scoring. We'll be right back. Okay. So got our scores tallied up, and we both have a shake-up in the top 3. I have a shake-up in my top 1. Booker's Mighty Fine is now my top 1 that we've tried on this channel.
What's your 2 now?
My 2 now is Little Book. So my
What was your 2?
previous one is Remus.
That Remus 7 was delightful.
The Remus Repeal 7 was delightful, yes, and it held the top crown for me for quite a while.
Yeah.
Probably, 6, 7, 8 weeks at this point. But yeah, so what really did it for me in terms of scoring was that I rated this as a 60 in terms of bang for the buck, and I put this right at a 50. The $60 price tag, it weighed itself into my scoring.
Sure. Yeah, I had a shake up on the top 3, but Remus still king.
Yep.
Just love that rye spice tickle, apparently.
Love it, yeah.
Bang for the buck hurt Little Book in regards to Remus 7, but that's a really special bottle.
Sure.
And one that I'm happy to have on the shelf. I'll be sad to drink it. I think that's the hard part at this point is I hope I find another.
Sure. But yeah, so the individual categorical scores are on that sheet on Patreon.
Yep.
Moving into next segment. This one's not a surprise. This one's
Not a
our
surprise.
regular segment, and that
Well,
is
a surprise to some of our viewers.
sure. Yeah. So locks of the week. First week solely, pushing it to Patreon.
Yeah.
No more waiting till Wednesday nights to have to pick one or whatever. Like, I get to pick what I like and get to publish it when I want to. And that turned into a successful week 1 on Patreon for me. So I went 5-3, had 8 plays, won some money. and we are going to look to build on that. So have a couple
Hot
plays.
streak.
Yeah, let's get rolling. So have a couple plays already published for this week.
Turn the notifications on.
You'll get what I put out when I put it out.
Yeah.
And you'll get to act on it. So
I want to at least get on the soapbox. This is not your normal Patreon to where it's like, hey, we just want your money because you enjoy our content, which I hope you enjoy the content, but ultimately we're a betting channel as well. Mm-hmm. We're going to put out the bets. That is the point of it at this point. Get the notifications on so you know when you're posting, because it's not going to be regular.
Yep.
I tried to hold you down. That's not how it works.
Mm-hmm. Can't do it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so 5-3, like I said, week 1 on Patreon.
And your bets are in the $5? Is that right?
The bets are available for anybody who wishes to support this channel, which would be the lowest $5 tier. Yeah, you have access to that as long as you sign up and want to help us continue doing what we love, and that's drinking good bourbon and sharing it with you guys and betting on football.
Yep. We're going to start some giveaways in the $10 tier.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the rankings. It says it all up there.
Sure.
So like, subscribe on YouTube so we know that you're out there. We got some fun stuff coming for the month of November. We got some blinds coming.
Yeah.
We got some gifts.
Yeah, really excited for this next couple months. It's going to be kind of drifting away for at least a little bit from just the random bottle spotlights.
Yeah.
Because we'll be able to work in some themes with the holiday season. So looking forward to it, guys.
Going to be a ton of fun. Thank you all for joining again. Love having you here. Love having you here.
That's right, man.
To you all, enjoy.